Hey everybody, Substatica here. Welcome to Animal Company for MetaQuest. In this video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know to get started in Animal Company. Before we get to that, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 100,000 subscribers, and I'd love to have you on the team. Also like, share, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video or the game, and leave your own tips for Animal Company in the comments if you've played. And if you're interested in getting 10 to 20% off your MetaQuest games and apps, you can use the link in the description and you'll be supporting this channel at the same time. Now, Animal Company is free and it's proven to be quite popular with younger players. So I wanted to jump in and see what it's all about, but there are no tutorials, there are no menus, so it can be a bit tricky to sort out what's going on. Now, as I said, it is popular with younger players, so if you're in a public lobby, it is going to be loud and probably toxic.
No, this is the one. This is the one. We're gonna troll one here, okay?
So be ready for that. The movement is a gorilla tag style movement, so you're pushing yourself with your hands basically. You want to kind of throw yourself in directions. There's a variety of ways you can do it. Side to side like that. You can windmill a bit if you want, but basically you're pushing yourself around with your hands. Now there is snap turn, which you can toggle with the left quest button. I have it on right now, and if I press the left quest button, that turned snap turn off. So you can toggle that. It's not really written anywhere, but that is an option if you prefer snap turn. Now, you can carry items in your hands and you can carry items on your back. I have a backpack, for instance. See back there? And weight does affect how well you can move. So the backpack will have less effect if it's on your back than it would if it's in your hands. And tools can also help with your movement. I think I have a nightstick in my pack, and you can use something like this to help throw yourself further. And then there are more direct things like grapplers and such that will help you with movement as well. Umbrellas that let you glide rather than fall, and that sort of thing. So just be aware that there are items that will help with your movement. Now, speaking of items, you can use the grip trigger to pick items up, but it toggles the hold. So I've released the grip trigger, I'm still holding things. To drop an item, you want to press the lower circle button on the controller, and that will drop the item. Now be careful where you drop items, because they are liable to get taken if there are other players around, and you might get them back, you might not. So the lower button drops the item, and the upper circle button on the controller will interact with the item. So if I do that with my pack, it's going to open the pack, and then I can drop the nightstick in the pack. If I turn the pack over, the contents of the pack will fall out. Let's drop that again, in, out. Now, it's not only packs that can go on your back, some items can go on your back as well. Let's put that in. I will toggle the pack to close. Now to put the pack on your back, you can actually press the grip trigger again. So that's the basics of movement and controls interaction with items. Let's go on to our watch. We have the currencies of the game. At the top there, we have nuts, which we use to buy equipment. In the center, we have company coins, which we use to buy cosmetics. And then at the bottom, the 13 is research points, which we use to unlock stages of the research tree, which I'll get to in a second. Up here in the corner, we have channel 9. That is our walkie-talkie. I can depress the left thumbstick to change the walkie-talkie channel, and that will allow you to talk with your friends over distances in the game, holding your watch to your mouth as long as you're on the same channel. Now, if I press the watch, I also get a radar, so that will show other players and potentially mobs, I'm not sure. But let's switch that back. Now, let's go over what we can use these currencies for. So, nuts we use to buy equipment. And we can do that here. You can see I've got 122,000, and we can scroll through bags, gadgets, consumables, toys, explosives. I don't have a whole lot unlocked. That's what the research tree is for. But we would buy them here. And while we're here, we have some cosmetics that are on offer or expired, basically advertisements. And over here we have our stash interface. If I want to put something into my personal storage, I can just throw it in here, and that's going to go in my stash. I can do that with my nightstick. I'll just open up my pack. Nightstick fell out, went in my stash. Now, if I interact with the keypad here, I have access to my stash. You can see my nightstick police baton went into my stash. And it also shows the pack that I'm wearing, so I can take this baton with the index trigger, place it back in my backpack. And we'll just move away from the stash, and that baton is in our backpack now. Now you see this yellow caution tape? That is the safe area. So regardless of the server's PvP setting within this area, you cannot get hurt. Now, to earn nuts, you need to go out and collect items to sell. You can sell pretty much anything, and you sell it over here. You dump your loot in there, it closes up, and then you press buttons until you see that turquoise one to press, and then that closes, and it will give you nuts based on whatever you dumped in there. So let's just head back. So we went over the stash, we went over kind of the gear store here. We can go down to the cosmetics down here. You can buy company coins with real money, and you can use those company coins for research points as well if you want. And there are also bundles like this limited shell long bundle, which I have purchased. And you head over here and you can try on different cosmetics, purchase them if you want. You'll see yourself there. You can scroll this bottom wheel to rotate your avatar, and then click spawn to either change clothes or to purchase clothes. It's going to prompt you in your MetaQuest operating system if any sort of monetary purchase is involved, so don't worry about that. Let's head up here for a second to another interface. We have the terminal here. So you can see here we have code. That is this lobby code. We are connected. PvP is disabled. Players is 1. So we have some hot buttons here. We can join a random server, or we can join a random server with no PvP. And if we type in a code and hit enter, it will just take us to that room code. So you can share a code with your friends and have a personal lobby, which is what I've done here with that 9999996. Now you can see here at the top that room is selected, room.exe. We have kind of a DOS interface here. If I press program, we can switch to promo. Now if you join the Animal Company Discord, they have a lot of giveaways. You can enter promo codes here sometimes to get free cosmetics. Then you can check out term.exe, which is a working terminal of sorts. You can type in ls to list a directory. You can go into those directories. You can use the command cat to list the contents of a file. So we can cat log. Maybe there's some lore in here or some secrets, I'm not sure. But basically a DOS interface. Now back to company coins. Now you can purchase company coins with real money, US dollars, or you can go mine ores to get company coins. And that's basically like raids. If you venture various directions, you end up at locations with mobs and monsters and parkour, and there will be ores that you can mine. Now you mine ores by just hitting them with a weapon. Let's see if we can find some ore to illustrate. Usually there's some at the entrance here. Now these locations change with updates, so I'm not going to focus on the actual raids. Let's see. I see some ore up there. So you're not going to get company coins every time you mine. And mining can also give you research points. Now, from what I understand, you can only mine so many research points each day. But you do that by mining ore. Okay. Didn't get any coins there, but we got something we can sell. But that is how you mine ore. So, aside from picking up items to sell, you want to mine ore to get coins and research points. Let's just drop that for a second. Open our pack, put that in, drop our nightstick. You can just tap things with an open pack to put them in the pack. Close that, put it on our back, and we'll head back to the central hub. So in-game, that's how you're going to get company coins and research points. These are landmines, don't want to step on those. Let's just go sell that chunk. Put that back in there, close that. Up we go. Put that in there. Press some buttons. And it's going to give us some nuts. Not many. Now over here is the virtual reality research tree. This is going to show us basically the research tree map. We've unlocked dynamite, we've unlocked the crowbar, we've unlocked the police baton. So this is going to show what we are able to unlock. But to actually unlock anything, you need to go into VR by grabbing a VR headset and putting it on, and now we are in the Horizon research tree. Now you can buy research points with company coins, but also there is a one-time starter bundle for $9.99 USD. You get a whole bunch of research points and you get a whole bunch of nuts. So that's a good purchase to start since the game is free, or you can grind those out. This reflects the map that we saw on the screen outside. I've unlocked some over there, and to unlock a node on the research tree, such as weird glow sticks, you grab this pink diamond and smash this shape below with it. Unlocked. And we can grab some of these. And to get out, we just head for that rift. Okay, I'm going to go throw these in my stash. In you go. I don't even know what those are for, really. And that is the research tree. Alright, let's talk about the basic flow of the game. You're going to head out there, or up there. If you can get up there, that'll teleport you to locations. You basically go on raids, you mine, you collect loot, you come back here, you sell it, you spend your research points, you spend your company coins, and you buy skins, and that's really all there is to the game. I know I've left a lot out. If you feel that something's really important that you know about that I haven't mentioned, leave that in the comments. And if you haven't already, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 100,000 subscribers. I'd love to have you on the team. Also like, share, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video or of the game. And like I said, leave your own tips and tricks for Animal Company in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.